Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to BK Forex Academy. I'm Brian Horton, and I'm going to be talking about backtesting and why backtesting is important. Backtesting is pretty much when you're going back on a chart in history to determine if a particular strategy that you're using is accurate. And then also it tells us what's not accurate. What are some things that we need to fine tune when we're testing that strategy? So it's important how to backtest. Oftentimes when we backtest, we're just picking a random spot, and then we can actually see the future. We can see what happened, and we don't want to do that. We're going to figure out how we can actually backtest without knowing the future and just letting it play out, just like we're trading a live account. So I'm going to give you 3 applicable rules to apply when you're backtesting right after this. All right, so number 1, the first rule you want to do is to use your platform's replay button. A lot of times people don't understand the replay button or even know that it even exists. So the replay button is your friend. It allows you to start wherever you want in time, and then you can actually play as if it's live. Like I can go back to 2001 and not know the future data and then play it as if it's live, like I'm really trading. And I'll show you how that's beneficial. All right, so I'm on USD Swiss franc. I'm on the weekly chart, right? So let's go ahead and just see where price is currently at here. So let's say I'm backtesting. I'm just going to pick a random place here, and I want to start right here. I'm testing out my strategy. I can actually see that, hey, I'm on a sell right here, and then it's going to push up, and then I'm going to sell right here, push up, and then I'm going to sell again right here. So this actually doesn't count because you're looking at the future. I see all of this data right here, and you're not really trading the way you would normally trade, right? So only other way to do is to kind of put your screen up like this here and say, okay, I'm going to start here. Every single time price comes to this here, this is going to be my resistance. I'm going to move my chart over a little bit here. I'm going to sell. It comes back up, goes against me. And so that's good. However, it's not really too effective because you're still moving your chart over and you don't really know what's going on. So one way to actually do that is to use your replay button. So that's step number 1, is to use your replay button. All right, your replay button is right here at the top. It says replay with 2 little triangles here. So one thing you want to do is to go back in time. Just pick a random spot here. Okay, so I'm going to go back in time here, and let's just pick a random spot here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the replay button. I'm going to make sure this candle chart is selected blue, and I'm going to hit, you see this red vertical line here? So wherever you click at, that's where it's going to start in time. Okay, so now when I look in the future, there's no data here. I'm not cheating, and that way I can find out if my strategy is effective or not, right? So I know this price is here. I like to use the B-swing strategy that we use. It's a swing trading strategy that's 95% profitable. So one thing I like to do, or according to the B-swing strategy, whenever price hasn't been at a place for 6 months or more, it's a good time to enter, right? So I'm looking at this peak here. I'm going to hit play. And then you see it playing out like as if you're back in 2015, right? And I can control the speed here. I can slow it down to every update every 2 seconds, even though I'm on the weekly, but you get to see what happened back in time. I can speed it up, and it kind of jumps and moves faster. All right. So like I said, according to my strategy, if price haven't been at a place for more than 6 months, that's when I'm going to enter. So I'm looking at this peak here. This was back in January 2015, right? Currently, where I'm at now is October 2015. So it's been more than 6 months. So now what I'm doing is waiting for price to retest this area here. And I like to draw at least 150 pip rectangle here. So whenever price hits the bottom of this rectangle, I'm going to hit a sell limit. And if it stays within here, if it gets higher, I can even put a second entry. And that's according to my rules-based strategy, right? Okay, so I'm going to hit play. And I'm going to pause it because look, price has gone here. So when price hits here, I'm going to sell. And I'm not terrified that price has gone here and above it a bit, because this is a great place here, okay? So I'm going to move this up a bit simply because I want to get it within that range of the pips here. So here's our candle, here's our wicks, it's piercing through it, and I want at least 150 pips above that. All right, so if I'm negative, I'm fine because I'm entering in the best possible price here. So I'm going to hit play, and then we can see it have dropped. So I'm going to pause it. So according to my rules-based strategy, if I got in at the bottom of this channel here, or at bottom of that this rectangle line, and I got out, let's say here, let's say how many, let's get my ruler here and see how many pips that's going to be. So from here to here, that would be about 300, almost 400 pips within a couple of weeks, right? So I'm going to hit play again. I'm going to slow it down a bit, and look, it hit here again. I would have entered again at the bottom, and let's say I've gotten out here for about the same amount of pips. Get my ruler from here to here, about 400 pips. So according to my rules, so the purpose of backtesting is to test your strategy. We assume that you already have a strategy in place, and you want to test it. You want to make sure that your strategy is at least 70% profitable or higher. The B-swing strategy, like I mentioned before, is 95% profitable after testing thousands of trades. Okay, I can hit play again. I'm hoping that price gets back here. And I'm going to pause it. I'm noticing a lot of wick action here. I'm going to draw a line straight across. Right here, this to me tells me that every time sellers attempt to get here, buyers starts to push up. And I see a lot of bouncing off here. Although price broke before, this is just to alert me to say that, hey, this is a significant price to sellers and buyers. Okay, so I'm going to hit play again. Ultimately, I'm hoping price will come back and reach this area. And like I said, I can speed it up, I can slow it down. I'm also noticing prices reach this area. If I want, I can take a buy. And like I said, I'm testing my own strategy. I want to make sure my strategy is working. So this is called back testing. All right. So again, one, you want to make sure that you don't see the future in front of you, because then you're cheating. And according to my strategy, I would have profited again on the weekly chart. Okay, so that is number one. All right, so step two, we want to make sure that we're only back testing the session that we normally trade. So if you work a 9-to-5 job, you get home at 6 p.m. and then you start trading at 7 o'clock, you want to make sure when you're going back in time, it doesn't matter what year you're going back in, you're looking here at the bottom of your platform. And if you normally trade at 7 o'clock, you're going to click 7 o'clock. If you normally trade at 10, you're going to click 10 o'clock. And then you will hit your replay button right here. Make sure this red line is showing, and then you will go ahead and execute your trade. Thirdly, you want to make sure that you are using a strategy, and strategies are highly important. Strategies are highly important in becoming successful. If you don't have a strategy, you should link up with a mentor, someone who's been trading for a long time that you trust, not Google or YouTube, although they're beneficial, but it's like getting a degree program from YouTube or Google. You have to get enrolled in a program in which it's a course that will teach you from beginning to end, regardless of how much you think you understand or know Forex trading. So you want to make sure that you have your trading strategy in place, and you're going to execute that strategy to the fullest. So if I feel that, hey, every time price comes here and I think that this is going to be a strong resistance area, whatever your strategy is, I'm going to sell here. And then that also determines risk management. That also means risk management. Okay. Risk management means you're understanding how much you're going to risk every single trade. We only risk no more than 1 to 2% with BK Forex Academy. And then that ties into what your lot size looks like. You want to make sure that you're only trading a specific lot size and how long you're going to be in a trade. Are you swing trading? Are you scalping? Are you intraday trading? So this is all within your trading plan. If you don't have a plan, I guarantee you it's hard to be successful. You can get lucky a few times, but we're not about luck. We're about skill. So That's what it's all about. This concludes the video. I hope you guys found it beneficial. Go ahead and like the video. We truly appreciate it. It'll help us out. Go ahead and hit subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell for future videos like this. We'll see you on the next video, and you guys have a blessed day. Take care, guys.